Demonstrations in Venezuela are now in their third month, with clashes between anti-government protesters and security forces erupting nearly every day. But since May the 2nd, these marches have taken on a new urgency. That's when President Nicolas Maduro called for a so-called constitutional assembly, his first step to overhaul the country's 1999 constitution.
I invoke the original powers, the powers of the people, which are impeccable, constitutional and lawful. We represent the constitutionality and legitimacy of this country.
The opposition was quick to respond. The head of the National Assembly called the process of electing delegates to the Assembly fraudulent.
What happened today, without exaggeration, is a coup d'etat. It's President Nicolas Maduro dismantling democracy and the Venezuelan state. Our party and the National Assembly call on the people to rise up against this coup.
Legal experts say a national referendum is needed before a constitutional assembly can convene. Maduro's refusal to put the question to Venezuelans has worried diplomats around the world.
We see the call for a constitutional assembly as a new coup d'etat with the sole objective of consolidating this authoritarian regime. This proposal is wrong, unconstitutional, fraudulent, and violates the fundamental principles of political equality.
But some analysts say the opposition's decision to boycott the process is risky.
I think it's really dangerous if the opposition were to take part. The problem is it's really dangerous if they don't as well, because if they don't, and the Constituent Assembly gets going, is underway, then you have a process for redesigning the rules of the whole democratic system, which is basically rejected by a huge number of people representing an opposition representing the majority of the people.
Some political observers believe a constitutional assembly will simply deepen the conflict that's already threatening to tear the country apart. While President Maduro came out late Thursday offering to hold a referendum after a new constitution has been written, this won't appease Venezuelans who say they never wanted a new constitution in the first place. David Mercer, Al Jazeera, Cucuta, Colombia.